December 9th, Monday morning, wakey, eggs and bakey, time to get to work. It is time for the Vindex. I have not done this in a while. MMR is jumping around like a drunken sailor, and I don't have an exact answer, but you guys have seen it too, especially 2 weeks ago, just big drops, like, whoa, and you look at the comps and you don't see why, and you call Mannheim and they don't know why, and I think they're inserting their artificial intelligence product into it, and they're having trouble controlling it, is what my opinion is. But that is a theory and not a fact. Market's good. Thanksgiving, I'm glad we only ran 150 cars on Thanksgiving week. California was real sluggish on Thanksgiving, that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Dallas was good. California was real spotty. And I remember thinking, if we get through this, I'm going to be glad that we held a lot of cars over for the next week, and definitely was. Last Wednesday was like a whole different world. Just spring market is in almost kind of feel. It felt really nice. It wasn't game on, but it really felt nice. It felt confident. We sold like 720 cars, and it was good. In 2 weeks, we're having a sale of sales that we've never had. This week's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. We'll have plenty of cars. But we bought a group of cars out of Arkansas that are the best cars I have ever bought in my career. We've got a GivemetheVIN dealer affiliate, Shelby Smith, with Elite Motors out of Jonesboro. And he and I are partners on this, and they're unbelievable. That Judge is not one of them. That Judge is plenty good, but that is not one of these cars out of this museum collection that we purchased. The best C1 and C2 vets around. I mean, there is a 63 split window Z06 with what they call a big tank option, 1 of 50. I don't know how many are still around, but there was only 1 of 50 built. There's a Biscayne race car that's 1 of something. If you go to GMTV Garage, I had my web guys, because this all happened quick. Oh, that's a 442, 1 of 22, I think, Hearst edition. I mean, these cars are all concourse level restos. I mean, the more you look, the better they get. There's a ton of newer body vets like that have 10 miles and 20 miles and 200 miles. A lot of that. That's the Oldsmobile Rocket. It's just perfect. I mean, and you can go to GMTV Garage and take those VIN numbers and put them in Google, and you'll find where they were bought. A lot of them were bought. You know, these are kind of all Barrett Jackson Saturday night kind of cars. And why aren't we running them at Barrett Jackson on Saturday night? Because I'd rather just sell them to you guys and get done with it. Take a short deal, let y'all go do your thing. Go bring a trailer and go Barrett Jackson them, go do what you do. I've got too many of them, but we're going to sell them Wednesday the 18th. On the 17th, the night before, there will be a preview at Mannheim Dallas, and we'll be there, little kind of a Christmas party. The arena's all set up with these cars. It looks absolutely beautiful. So if you are a classic car, that VIN 243 right there, there's 3 of those. They're in 3 different generations. They're all the same VIN. This collector brought them again. There's a set of Bandit stuff. There's 4 or 5. There's 5 Bandit rigs, a Jeep, a truck, 2 Bandits. One has 8,000 miles. One has 800 miles. Yeah, they're the kind of cars you don't want to sell. That car right there has 800 miles on it. That 454 has, I forgot how many miles on it. But and that green one over there has 3,000 original on it, 454. This is the disco shit, guys. This is the best stuff. You need to tell people about this. If you have customers that want to be in the collectors, you need to call them. You need to inspect the cars or just look through the CRs and have them on simulcast, take their deposits. What I do is take their deposits, take a $10,000 deposit, and bid on their behalf, you know. Tell them you're going to charge 5%. Hell, Barrett and Meekum charge 10 and 12%. Sometimes. I think it's Barrett. Anyway, they charge a lot, right? Charge 5%, charge 6%. You can make these guys hellacious deals and make quick money and give them the best product. Look at that 53 Cadillac, dude. I mean, this car is so good, it's ridiculous. That 35th anniversary 5-speed or 6-speed Vet, I think there were 2,000 of them made, and 300 of them were sticks. That Porsche, I forgot, I think it's an 83. It just goes on and on. That Bonneville, these cars, the DeSoto, it sold at Barrett for like $260,000 10 years ago. This is the real stuff. So heads up on that. If y'all want to make some money on some collector cars, get to working now because we've got them and we're going to sell them on December 18th. The preview is December 17th. That's at ZPR, RPO, blah, blah, blah. I forgot Biscayne. Anyway, market's good. You know, we had a thing on Bring a Trailer. I bought a bunch of vans, a bunch of Sprinter vans, like too many, actually. And we're having to bat some of them to get rid of them. I think I've got 63 left. We had like 300. And it was interesting because one photo got changed in the Bring a Trailer listing, and it was of the engine. And they kicked it and locked up our account because the customer was bitching because when he got the van, he realized that it was going to cost more money than he thought to finish it. They're shells, right? They're $93,000 or $97,000 MSRPs. And, you know, you guys have probably seen us selling them for $55,000 in the lane over the past couple months. And ironically, that is losing money. I thought I bought these vans cheap enough, and I did not. The hail is super light on them. It's like 400 to 800 in most cases. But, man, Bring a Trailer, it just reminded me of why I'm in the wholesale business and let you guys do what you do and jack with these pricks that just wear you out over nothing. I mean, nothing. This guy is just not wanting. He already paid, actually. And we're like, pick another one. Because he's like, oh, the hail is worse than you described. Well, we actually didn't describe it. We said we've been getting them fixed for $500 to $1,500. So just go pick another one. We've got 63 more to choose from. Some of them have no hail. But nonetheless, it reminded me of my past when I was I started out as a used car retailer, and then I went into wholesale, did well, wanted to be more legitimate. So I bought Wolf Ford Dodge up in Vernon, Texas, and Wolf Chevrolet up by the WinStar Casino, and ran a catalog business for new cars, for new trucks. Wake up and smell the diesel was our slogan. And we were selling cowboy Cadillacs. But now that is Vernon Auto Group. Sonic actually bought the dealership, and they stuck with the plan, which is a super reduced price on big trucks. Invoice minus rebates. They're making the holdback and then making the points and the warranty and anything else. But the problem with that model, the reason I got out of it is we couldn't really make any money to count because all of our business was pump out. We were selling cars all over the country, trucks, but we didn't have any retention on the service drive because none of them were there. None of the cars lived there. And as you guys know, that service business is real, and you need it to make the world go round. I mean, the deal makes money, I'm sure. Sonic wouldn't have bought it. But it just doesn't make as much as what it looks like on paper, as much volume is out of there. So I was kind of wholesaling new trucks before I got back into the wholesale biz. But back to the market. PA is kind of the same as Dallas, Pennsylvania. Hollinshead and I, we measure each other's results every week, and they move very similar. Orlando is more like L.A. Those two beach communities, that's what you want to call them. But the two coasts, southern coast, they're spotty. They can be the best in the world, or they can be the worst in the world. And in all my years, we were always hauling cars to California. When we were selling cars at Dallas in the 90s and the 2000s, it was to California wholesalers many of the times, and they were shipping the cars to L.A. There were trucks, Miley trucks or vans, often, and SUVs. And now they're better in Dallas. It's very odd. I can tell you what is good in California is good trucks, like 3-year-old trucks, 2-year-old trucks. Next to new trucks, they're a little bit better in California than they are in Dallas. But like Highline cars, I see the guys on the East Coast buying our Highlines out of California often. And it just boggles my mind that the markets are still that different, that L.A. is not the centrifuge. Because when you drive around L.A., all you see is Highline cars and rich people. But I guess there's a lot of rich people in Texas and in Florida and in Georgia and in Georgia and in Georgia. A lot of this stuff goes to Georgia. Carolinas, a lot of it goes to Carolinas. The East Coast is the best money for Highline cars in the country, in my opinion. That could be argued, but that's my opinion. Rental cars are rental cars. They're okay. You're not going to make any money with them, but because everybody knows what they're worth. It's been that way since 96 when I was doing Tauruses with PH&H and Wheels Inc. It's hard to make money, wholesale money, on a car that everybody has the exact value of, and there's just so many comps. There's no wiggle in it. But the long short is the market feels good. The knew the election is over all summer long. People said, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I said, ask me after the election. And I can tell you the reason I didn't do many Vindexes this summer and I got out of it is I got tired of talking about it because I was trying to forget about the election cycle and I knew it was going to be painful. And I just didn't want to bum everybody out because I was so bummed out. There just wasn't much to talk about. Let's get through this election and then we can get back to work. And that's what I feel like right now. So get to work. Let's go. See you in the lanes Wednesday morning. I think we have 600. We might have 700 this week. And then the next week is that massive CNC sale. This was when we were lining them up on the transport just a week ago. This happened quick, by the way. I mean, we made the deal. We wired it immediately. It was huge dollars. My stomach turned when I sent the wire out. But this is what we do. This is what I always wanted to do. And I'm putting up a video on YouTube that will show more of this transaction. But remember, GMTV Garage is where the list of these cars are, and we will be updating them over the next 10 days because we're adding to it and adding more photos and adding more details. But I have never, ever, ever, ever owned a set of cars like this. And if you know people that have collections like this that want to sell them, you need to find me. You can go to jcwshow.com and click email John. That goes straight to me. jwolf@gowolf.com. Goes straight to me. But, you know, that's what Shelby did. He called me and I flew up there and we met and we got them done. And I really get off on this. This is what I enjoy doing. So hope to see y'all this Wednesday and specifically next Wednesday. And hopefully I'll do another Vindex next Wednesday or next week. And then Christmas is coming. So we need to stay on the gas right now and get her done before the holidays screws us all up. See ya.